morning, everybody. I hope everybody has had a great summer. First part of August, middle of August is coming. We're winding everything down, and my favorite time of year is about to approach us, and that's fall. I love fall weather, and I love all the colors of fall. They're all throughout my home, and I just thoroughly enjoy all the fall colors, and I've always loved to see how summer changes into fall. The reds, the oranges, just really, get me charged. I love to see the fall weather come because it's not too cold and it's not too hot. And I call it porch weather. Spring and fall are probably my favorite times of the year, but I love fall in general. I love to go to all the fall festivals. I like to, I'd say decorate for fall, but I have a lot of things in my home that are already fall oriented, and I just never take them down just because it's my favorite time of year, and I would really, I like to have it all year round. So I wanted to update a little bit. We've had a lot of things that are about to be accomplished and plans that are going to be triggered, and I wanted to document it here for my vlog. We have been looking for a large mower tractor with a bush. My family, we always call it a bush hog, and in my husband's family, he calls it a brush hog. I guess it depends on what area of the country you're from, but my grandfather always called it a bush hog. We needed those implements, and my husband would like a tractor with a front end loader. And the creme de la creme would be the backhoe on the back end of it, so that he could use that on our property. We have just been looking at used ones. We've been searching, talking to people. As you all know, our neighbors have been just so awesome, and they have just said, anytime you need any of our tractor or mower, all you got to do, as long as we're not using it, is come down here and get it. So we don't really have neighbors, but in our community. So we've been doing that, and it's been a real struggle because Bill and I don't like to borrow things, because as you know, when you borrow things can happen, and then you feel obligated and liable, and all those things, all those emotions go with using somebody else's property. So I had this idea that maybe we could have a logging company come in and evaluate our 40 acres and see if there were any mature, unusable areas that would have some really good logs on it, and we could exchange that for cash so that we could get a tractor, or at least, a used tractor for the most part. So we scheduled that, and this logging company that had already logged an adjacent property to ours, we found out his information, and we called him, and he came up, and man, what a blessing this guy is. He told us a lot of the trees, the types of trees that we have, and if you can't find an arborist, look up a logging company. They're very intelligent about trees because they want to know what they're going to log, So he brought us a little bit of bad news. We're not going to be able to log any of our property. It was logged about 20 years ago. But he says we need about 12 more years for everything to get really mature. He doesn't cut anything that's not 24 inches or bigger. And most of all of our stuff is under the 24 inch. Although the canopy, if you look at my husband's channel, the drone footage, the forest, the canopy is dense. So we should have, in about 12 years, we should have enough to at least log half of our property, which is environmentally good. It cleans the landscape. The deer love it because they love the forest and then the open areas. They love it when there's trees down, everything to camouflage themselves. So the wildlife love it. We're going to only log, we're going to do a select cut. There's a clear cut where they just come in and take everything. And we'll do a select cut, which there's a portion of our property that's just angled straight up and down. It's the beginning part when we drive up, because we're up on a hill, so it's angled up high, and we were going to log that area, and it's not ready yet. So, but while he was here, we got to talking, and he's been in Arkansas. He was a newbie a while back, and I want to say it's more than 12 years ago, but he moved from Alabama, and in Alabama he was a roofer. He had a roofing company, and when he moved to Arkansas, he decided to get into the logging business out here because of the trees, and it was obviously more money. But as you all know, we're in the market for a roof. And all the wait times out here are 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes 8 weeks, depending on the weather. So we had decided on a roofing company before we met this guy. And being a roofing company, we showed him and told him about all the bids that we had gotten from roofers. And he was like, wow, that, I would never charged you that in my former business. That seems really high. And as we got to talking and telling him all the type of quality of roof that we wanted, the different features we wanted it to have, the grade of steel that we wanted to be able to remove all of the shingle. We want it all taken off. We don't want that underneath, because whether you know or not, leaving a shingled roof underneath a steel or metal or even tin roof is a huge fire hazard. It's propane. It's literally, well, propane. It's not propane. It's petroleum underneath your roof. And that happened to my grandparents' home. And the roof wouldn't burn. It burned hotter. And the roof did burn, but it was a fire that the fire department could not put out very easily, and so it took forever. It was a longer, intense, hotter fire. So fire departments have warned people, when you're getting roofs, remove off all the old roofing before you put a new roof on. So as we disclosed this to him, we told him we want all the shingles off. So he started saying, okay, now I'm starting to see where the bids are coming from. Because you have a clear criteria of what you're wanting, I could probably save you some money. And on the weekends that's kind of damp, where we're not logging, I can come out and help y'all. I've been in your shoes. I know your circumstances, and I'm happy to help y'all. So we had him measure out everything, and it seems like we're going to save a few $1,000s. So, and I'll get the color I wanted. Because the other roofer said red is like $1,000 more. And I thought, okay, well, I'd rather save the $1,000, and we'll just go with just a regular tan maybe, or just a regular color. And this guy said there is no cost differential between colors. I don't really know why he's doing that, but I'm going to get a red roof. We're going to get red roofs on all of our buildings, and especially for my shop. So I'm really excited about having that on this cabin. I think it's really going to make everything shine. We are going to video the guys doing the demolition and putting the roof. They're going to start with the cabin because I still have a leak in the kitchen. Every time it rains, I got to run around with buckets because the owner did not disclose in their disclosure that this thing leaks like Swiss cheese. It had been roofed within the last 10 years, but had a lot of storm damage, and with nobody living here, I don't think they had anybody come out and examine it. So that's something that we're really super excited about having done. And they're supposed to deliver the supplies either Friday or Monday, and the guys they're gonna start doing it next week at some point. So I'll bring y'all along for that when they're here and doing all the demolition. I don't want this video to go too long, but I want to document some stuff that's happening. So landscaping, I'm going to drop some video behind this update to show you a little bit of what's going on in the front yard. I'm going to start laying landscaping paper, felt, or material down because we're going to go get a load of dirt and we're going to fill it in and let it sit there and season out. So in the springtime, I'll be ready to plant in the flower beds. I'm going to build all my flower beds out. I'll probably keep them all empty, mostly empty, until the springtime. I have 4 rhododendron trees I ordered, and I need to get those in the ground. I'm not sure where I'm going to put them yet because I know they're going to attract bees and other flying things that I don't really like to sit around. So I've got to strategically place those in the landscape of our property somewhere where I think that they're going to really shine and be pretty. And let's see. My husband has decided to continue on with his company on a remote position. So as of the 15th of August, he'll be here. He's going to fill in for somebody that's on vacation, but he'll be here shortly after that. And he'll be here full time, working his job 40-hour week remotely. So that's happened. And if you want an update on his situation or to get his point of view, obviously you can check out his channel. I'll leave it in the link in the description below. So that's what's kind of going on. I've been doing a little bit of baking and cooking. I'm waiting to be able to get my new appliances ordered. I have a washer, dryer, and a stove that, and if I can squeeze it in a refrigerator, I don't know yet. I will be getting some new appliances, and so I haven't been doing a tremendous amount of baking or cooking. I haven't done any canning. I really am behind in canning. We were told that the winter time here is susceptible to lots of ice storms and down electricity. So we are going to have to get a generator pretty quick. And I have not done a lot of canning, which I'm behind in. I need to make sure that we have enough, food to forage on in the event that we go down. We can't get out of here because our roads are so rugged. Put ice on them. And we're not going to be able to leave. The UPS man told me that it was so bad in 2009 that he couldn't get up here for 2 weeks. And so we need to make sure and have everything ready to bunker down. As you can see, I'm still cleaning. This is the loft, and I'm still making sure that I'm running my business inside until the shop is ready. The new roof is put on, and we're going to caulk and paint that. And I'm going to probably stain the cement that's in there or lay down some vinyl just so I can have a nice floor. And I'll be setting up my shop for my business in there. And for now, it's in my house. So I won't be doing any grand tours until probably the first of the year. When I can spin around in one room and there's no box, then I'll go ahead and give everybody a tour of the room and how how we fixed up the cabin. I've got a few more things that I want to get in place before I give that full grand tour. We've got family coming in the fall. I've got my children coming for Thanksgiving, and so that's going to be happening. And I've got to buy 2 more twin beds and get them set up here. And you see the little air conditioner there. We got an air conditioner. We have 2 brand new air conditioners. And the window unit that they installed in this one, they did a really poor installation and it rotted all the roof over there. So we're going to take that window unit out. And for now, we're going to board it up. And I have a bookcase I want to put in there with all of our DVDs and movies and things like that. I want to put that in that little alcove. But I'll show you that on the tour. Anyway, here's a clip of the yard a little bit that I filmed this morning. And I hope you guys are getting ready for fall. And we will see you next week with videos of the roofing situation. Oh, I'll be repurposing 2 pieces of furniture, and I will be videoing that. There's some other stuff I want to repurpose, but I will be videoing repurposing some furniture that I'm going to put in the cabin, and I'll be doing a short video on that. It's not a how-to, it's just how I'm going to repurpose it. So y'all have a blessed day and a blessed week, and go encourage somebody and find somebody to bless. Everybody have a great day. Bye-bye. So I'm out cleaning the yard this morning, and I wanted to show everybody what I found. What is that? It's some sort of lizard. Salamander, not sure. But it's sitting in my bucket. He's pretty huge and fat. They love being around our bug zapper because when the bugs get electrocuted, they drop and have a bucket. So they sit around and wait for them to expire. I want to show everybody the blooms in full bloom, because at night all of these flowers close up. But you see how they are draping down the rocks? That's what I'm wanting. So very pretty. I'm really looking forward to fall. I wanted to show y'all my kitchen garden. Those are our thornless blackberry bushes. They're really taking off in there. Everything's doing really well. The basil is just huge. I've gotten a bunch of bell peppers off of there and a few tomatoes, but probably won't do really well with tomatoes until next year. The sweet potato ivy is kind of taking over. I've got to trim it back. And I did get some azaleas planted in there. They're lavender. And everywhere you throw sweet potato ivy, it starts to grow like in the bucket. But I've got some grass to weed out of there. And obviously I have an armadillo that's trying to get in there and dig around. We shot one armadillo, but there's more, always more. And I've gotten more rocks for my flower beds. I've got my landscaping fabric, I just haven't put it down. I think I'm going to widen this a little bit. And I've started on the other side. We're just gathering rocks as we can, and then I'm going to make this one kind of angle out into the yard and make a circle around, because I bought some rhododendron trees. They look a lot like the crepe myrtle, but these are going to be like a orange and red combination. They're called a firecracker, and I want to put one over here in this corner. And then my other dog is out here with me this morning, and then I want to put one on that corner somehow. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that, and we're debating on whether to make all of this area courtyard and put a fountain in the middle, or a fire pit and seating. Get some stone and do that. Will be less for us to mow, and it'll be a great area. I may put an area in there, maybe another garden for now, until we can find the perfect fountain to go in there. So I'm working on, I keep moving things around so nothing's really permanent, but I'm working on seating. Got a little fountain that I'm working on. And we have some more seating we're repairing, so this is all of this is gonna go away. I'm gonna repaint this table, sand it down and repaint it, and this will more than likely stay, but I'm going to be rearranging this stuff and probably getting new rugs. So I haven't really taken a lot of, you know, pictures of things yet because nothing is final. I've also got a little seating arrangement here. This is my strawberry hanging basket, and that palm tree right there my son gave me in an arrangement. It was really, really tiny, and I need to put it in a bigger pot so it'll get bigger. But as you can see, there's strawberries on it. Pretty ripe. I'm going to need to pick those, and then there's some that are coming up. And more flowers on that side. So anyway, nothing's permanent. I'm just rearranging constantly. My mother-in-law sent me some plants. You want to say hi, Moosey? She sent me some plants to start, and I'll probably divide these out and put them in my flower beds. And she sent me these. I love oriental grass. And I think she snuck some blooming flowers in there. I'm not real sure what that other stuff is. But I may divide this up and put some in the flower beds as well. And then she sent me these, which are doing great by the waterfall over here. And I gotta put that sign back up in the yard. And I gotta hang these butterflies. I'm debating on whether to repaint them. She repainted hers and they turned out so pretty. So anyway, that is my flower baskets up here. The petunias died off, and I've just got the sweet potato vine, so they're looking kind of ratty. I've got to clip them and trim them up a little bit. They'll last through probably end of October. And my bug catcher's doing pretty well. I've got bugs in there. And even a spider. That's kind of cool. Okay, Moosey, you ready to go in? You want to go in? Okay, everybody. We'll talk to y'all later.